expired. The gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Manzullo, recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary, a fellow Illinoisan. Welcome here. The state of America's economy continues to struggle with unemployment still unacceptably high, and I'm sure you've heard the jobless claims for February jumped to a record 496,000 for the week ending on February 20th. At the same time, the Institute for Supply Management shows for the 7th month in a row, I believe, it's above 50 and continues to climb to show that orders are coming into our manufacturers. However, despite this promising sign, there are two choke points that remain. Yesterday, we brought the first one up with Chairman Bernanke. That's the inability of manufacturers and small business people to access credit. And obviously, without credit, they can't meet the payroll, replace inventory, or buy new equipment. And these are the real job creators because the orders are out there waiting. Because we have to manufacture our way out of this recession, not try to buy our way out of it. Second checkpoint is the outdated and inefficient export control system that unnecessarily prohibits export of items that do not pose a national security threat. The House addressed these inefficiencies by giving the State Department new tools to process export licenses in the House version of the State Authorization Bill. Unfortunately, the Senate has not acted on this. Because of your Midwest roots giving rise to a love and appreciation for manufacturing, and the fact that you've always been an outstanding proponent of exporting our manufacturing goods, we're asking you to use your leadership and influence to help move this process forward. And I'm just wondering, first of all, I know you agree with everything that I've said, and my question to you is, what more can be done? What can you do individually and as Secretary of State to break through on these export controls so that we can ship more things overseas? Last year, we had an outstanding bipartisan working group that modified Section 17C of the Export Administration Act, making it easier to ship aircraft parts overseas. That has resulted in $1 billion more in exports. That's 20,000 jobs that were added in manufacturing or saved just because of that shipment.
Well, Congressman, I do agree with everything you've said, and I thank you for strongly advocating for American manufacturing. And you're right, there's an uptick. We're seeing some positive signs. The President has directed that the State Department and the Commerce Department and the Defense Department and other elements of the government work together to come up with a strong proposal to modify the entire export control regime, because there are so many outdated and inefficient aspects to it. But as you rightly point out, we've got to get congressional buy-in across the board on this. And so we're working at the governmental level. We're reaching out to members of Congress. Your bipartisan working group could be a great partner to us in doing this. And you know what the debate comes down to. There are some people who say, if we lift the export restrictions on certain nuts, bolts, and screws, we're going to be undermining American security. I don't buy that. But there's a very strong resistance within the Congress to making the changes that I think are not at all dangerous to our security, but would help our manufacturing. So I will have someone follow up with you specifically, but we need the help of the bipartisan on both sides of the Hill members who will support what we're trying to do.
The other question is, we are working. I have the world's only fish processor of gefilte fish. That is, thank you. It's believe it or not, it's Asian carp that is being caught in the lower Mississippi, and this is true, and in the Great Lakes.
Catch them.
Israel has imposed a 120% duty, and there are 9 containers of this that are locked up. We're in contact with the ambassador from Israel. Passover is coming quickly to Israel. We're working with the rabbis there who inspect this facility in Thompson, Illinois. And I just want to make this public and see if there's anything that you can do to get the gefilte fish to Israel by Passover.
Congressman, I will take that mission on.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know if I can promise that we can get it done, but I'll give you my best efforts.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam
And if
Secretary.
not, we're going to have to figure out what to do with 9 containers
Yes.
filled with it. Thank you.
It's 55% of their product, and they could lose a couple hundred jobs if we don't get the gefilte fish there.
Well, we should consult with the chairman and
Yes.
Congressman Ackerman. This sounds to me like, one of those issues that should rise at the highest levels
Yes,
of our
it will.
government.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Secretary.
The menu of the next state dinner.